Hola, guten morgen, hello. Today, I decided to go for a 10-mile hike in one of the most beautiful forests that we have. I'm going to tell you a fun little story and then a bunch of fun facts as I breathe heavy up this hill for a long time. Okay, so I'm hiking in the coastal redwood forest of California, like along the coast. And it's a forest that's mainly made up of only a few tree species, one of them being this beautiful specimen. Here it is. This is your Sequoia sempervirens, the coastal redwood. And this tree is phenomenal because you can't tell on the screen. These trees can reach up to like 370 feet. And for those of you that aren't foresters, that's pretty damn big. So normally on the East Coast, like your tulip poplars and like, I don't know, your oaks, they'll maybe be like 80 feet tall. 25 stories of a building, that's a guess. But this is your main dominant tree species here in your coastal redwood forest. Neat! Okay, and now we have our other main tree species in the coastal redwood forest right here. This is your Douglas fir, Pseudotsuga menziesii. You can see it's pretty dang chunky too, but it is not an as high incidence as our gorgeous Sequoia sempervirens. Oh my god, look at that cluster. Oh, redwoods. Let's check this big boy out. Okay, so here we go. Here's your big old redwood, and I want you to notice there's a big old hole in it, and also look at how dark the bottom of the tree is. It's likely that dark because a fire, which is part of, California's whole thing going on, came through and burned the bottom layer of the forest floor and also burned some of the bark of the redwood. However, this tree up here is alive and well, right? And that's because redwood bark can be more than a foot thick. Wow. Now, granted, there is some curvature going on here because of this gaping hole, but you can safely assume that the bark goes from here probably to here. And that is one of the tactics that the redwoods utilize against forest fires. Pretty dang cool, huh? Another fun thing about this bark that makes it fire resistant is that it's unlike pines and like your spruces and stuff like that, because it lacks pitch and resin, which are extremely flammable. So this tree's kind of somehow adapted to living in a fire, prone zone by not having resin or pitch. Cool. I walked away from the trail so no one would hear me say this, but there's like a mad cute park ranger at the office, hours ago, and I said, hey, I know these are all like Sequoia sempervirens, but do you think I could find any Sequoia dendron gigantea around here? He didn't get the joke, and he just gave me a pamphlet about birds. But we could talk about Sequoia dendron gigantea, the giant sequoia, why not? So giant sequoias are not here along the coast. Giant sequoias are in the Sierra. Like a lot of them will be like, General Sherman's like close to Yosemite, right? So they're like in the mountains and they're a little bit different than the redwoods, but they still have the same components of like not having the pitch or the resin in their bark, and they are also a title holder, just like these redwoods are. So the redwoods are the tallest tree in the world, and the giant sequoia are the girthiest. Do you get the joke now? The girthiest of the trees. General Sherman is, I think, the biggest one. I don't know, what is his circumference? It's like 33 feet, either across or around, but he's a big boy. So anyway, the giant sequoia is different in that it grows kind of outward, not long ways. And he's got some other things going on too, like his seeds are a little bit different, and they can also live a frick ton longer. So these redwoods, they can live about like 2,500 years, and then the giant sequoia, I think the oldest one's about 3,200. Man, I'm gonna go listen to some music and crank out some miles. I got 4 miles left, and who knows what we'll find. Oh, hi again. It's only been 1 minute. But anyway, look at this. This is another difference between the redwoods and your giant sequoias. So your redwoods are prolific epicormic sprout growers, and you can actually cut these and grow a whole tree. Like, this is actually a mode of reproduction for the redwoods, whereas giant sequoias, they rely only on seed. Do you get the joke now?